In a galaxy where humans and her kind were sworn enemies, a lone human soldier found her, wounded, hunted, and wearing a collar worth more than a starship. He should have turned her in. He should have walked away. Instead, he carried her into the dark and hid her from her own empire. She was not just an alien, not just a fugitive. She was the future queen of the enemy species, and the war would burn the galaxy the moment they learned who saved her. And the worst part was, she wasn't afraid of him. He had seen battlefields before. He had walked through smoke and fire, heard the last breaths of soldiers, watched worlds burn in the name of flags and empires, but nothing prepared him for the silence of this one. The crash site stretched for nearly a kilometer across the valley floor, a twisted graveyard of metal and shattered glass. The alien ship must have hit atmosphere at full speed before tearing itself apart. Mangled supports, torn wings, and fragments of pale silver hull were scattered like a broken crown across the scorched earth. The air still trembled with heat. But the battlefield was quiet. No survivors. No troops, no movement. Just the wind, the ashes, and the smell of cooling metal. Captain Elias Roon almost turned back. He should have. Every instinct told him the same truth. If the Empire found out he was here, alone, unsanctioned, and searching, they would turn him into a traitor before they turned him into a corpse. But something else pulled him deeper into the wreckage. A sound, not metal settling. Not a cooling engine. Not fire crackling, a breath, soft, weak, fragile. A sound that did not belong on a battlefield. He froze, turned, listened. There, beneath a collapsed support beam, half buried in smoke and dust. A figure. Small, still, wrapped in torn white fabric that once might have been ceremonial clothing. Long silver hair, matted with ash, fanned across the ground like spilled starlight. She looked human, too human, but no human woman had skin that faintly glowed beneath the soot, pale like pearl under moonlight, flecked with soft blue bioluminescent threads that pulsed like veins made of light, and no human eyes, when they opened, ever looked like that. She blinked once, slowly, weakly. Her irises were opalescent, shifting between silver, blue, and violet, as if her eyes were made of the night sky itself. Then she whispered, voice barely audible, "Please, don't let them take me back. Not help me. Not who are you. Don't let them take me back." Elias didn't speak, didn't move, didn't breathe, because now he understood. This wasn't a survivor. This wasn't a refugee. This wasn't a prisoner of war. This was someone the galaxy wanted dead, someone powerful, someone hunted, someone his government would kill him just for looking at. A girl, no, a woman, whose very existence was worth more than every weapon in the wreckage. Royal markings, sacred fabric, bioluminescent lineage. She wasn't just alien, she was royalty, and the crash wasn't an accident. She had been shot down. Elias crouched, ignoring protocol, ignoring fear, ignoring the voice in his head that had gotten him through 100 missions. Do not get involved. Do not interfere. Do not break neutrality. But another voice rose instead. If you walk away, she dies. He slid his hands beneath the debris, used his shoulder to lift the bent beam, and pulled her free. She was light, too light, malnourished, injured, barely conscious. Her fingers curled into the front of his jacket. "You're human," she whispered, as if the word meant miracle and danger at once. "I am," he replied, voice low. "And I'm not here to hurt you." Her eyes fluttered halfway shut, but she forced them open. "You don't understand," she breathed. "If they find you with me, they'll kill you first." Elias almost laughed, bitter, humorless. "I've been trying to die for years," he said. "Looks like the universe won't let me." Her expression softened, a flicker of something fragile, unnamed. Then pain seized her body and she winced. Elias lifted her into his arms, felt her heartbeat shuddering like a bird caught in a storm. She spoke again. "Barely. You shouldn't save me." He stared down at her. "Maybe not," he answered. "But I'm going to anyway." As he carried her away from the wreckage, the sky rumbled. Dropships, search drones, recovery teams. The Empire was coming. Hers, or his. He didn't know. He didn't care. All he knew was this. If they took her back, she would die. If they found him with her, They both would. And yet, he didn't stop, because for the first time in years he wasn't following orders. He wasn't fighting a war. He wasn't being a soldier, he was being human, and that, more than anything, might be the most dangerous act in the galaxy. She was only afraid of going back. Dr. Mara Ellison had spent 12 years studying alien biology. She thought she'd seen everything. Corpses pulled from crashed ships, tissue samples frozen in labs, DNA maps filled with structures no earthly cell possessed. But this was different. The specimen wasn't behind glass. It was alive, breathing, aware, and chained to a containment cradle like a crime scene victim no one wanted to admit was still a person. The lab was silent except for the hum of life support scanners. Blue-white lights flickered across chrome floors, tracking every heartbeat, every breath, every shift in cell structure. Mara expected a monster. What she saw was someone. The alien's skin was liquid-like, flowing between tones of silver, blue, and smoke gray. 4 primary limbs, 2 arms, 2 legs. But behind them, 4 smaller appendages curled inward, like they had been forced to forget what freedom felt like. Its face stayed unfocused, almost blurred, the way a reflection changes when water moves. Then, without warning, its eyes opened. Not reptilian, not insectoid, human, too human. Wide, frightened, searching, Mara stumbled backward, knocking a tray to the floor. The clatter echoed through the lab, but the alien didn't flinch. Instead, slowly, cautiously, it shifted its face, reshaping its bone and skin until its features resembled hers. Not perfectly. Not like a mirror, more like a child trying to copy a drawing. "It's mimicking me," Mara whispered. The other scientists didn't even look up. To them, the creature was a weapon, a biological asset, something to deconstruct and patent before another country, another corporation, or another war got to it first. Mara stepped closer. The alien was trembling, not from pain, but from effort. It was trying to make itself less threatening, trying to survive. And then, without any movement of mouth or muscle, a voice formed in her head, not a sound, a thought. "Do not fear me. I am not what they believe I am." Mara's blood ran cold. She gripped the table. The alien continued, "You are the first one who looks at me and does not see ownership. So I will ask you, do you see me as a thing?" Mara wanted to answer, but the door hissed open. A team of armed guards entered with extraction tools and neural dampeners. She knew what happened next. They'd remove its memory, slice its genetics, turn a living being into a blueprint for weapons. Humanity always feared the thing that could destroy them, but never stopped to fear the thing they might become in the process. Mara looked at the guards, then back at the alien, who didn't plead, didn't scream. It simply watched her, waiting to see if humans were truly the villains in its story. And in that moment, Mara Ellison realized the greatest danger in the room wasn't the alien. It was the choice she was about to make.